What's up, everybody? I'm coming at you today with some headset reviews. I've acquired three pretty awesome headsets. I play them mostly on my Xbox, but two of them you're able to play with other systems, and I thought I would share my experience with all three of them, just in case there's anybody out there that may be looking into getting a new headset. And I'm going to start out with one that I've had for a while now. This is the Plantronics Rig 800LX, and I bought this on Best Buy, and if I remember right, I got it on sale. They run around 150, but I got it for around 120, and I really like this headset. It has pretty good sound. Out of the three, it's probably the least of the sound quality, but it's still really excellent. It's pretty lightweight on my head. It's not very heavy at all. It doesn't dampen the outside noise as much as the other two headsets I'm going to look at today. You can hear the outside world a little more. Sometimes I like that though, because sometimes I don't know what's going on. But some people want to be completely immersed in the game, and these you can hear a little bit of the outside world. But it's really comfortable. It has some cloth padding around the ear cups here. One of the things I really like about it, I like the mic. It's a good mic. All my buddies I played with, they've never had any trouble hearing me. But what I like about it is you just pull this down and it comes on. And if you want to cut it off, you just flip it up, and it actually does a little audible noise. It goes like da-ding when you pull it down. Then when you put it up, it'll do that noise again. That way you know it's cut off, so you always know if it's off or on. It has all the dials on the side. You can cut it up and down. You can cut your chat up and down. You can cut the chat completely off. You can cut the game completely off. But it's a really good headset, and something I liked about this one, it come with a USB toggle. Little thing you just plug into the USB port on the Xbox, but on the back side you can change it. You may not can see it, but it has a PC mode and a game mode. The game mode is for the Xbox, but if you flip it to the PC mode, it'll work with a computer, but it also works with the PlayStations. I've used it on a PlayStation 4 and my PlayStation 5. I really like that. I think there's another version that's just with the Xbox, but to me, I like having that feature where you can play it with anything. But overall, I really like the 800LX. It's never given me any trouble, but I have got a couple of new ones that's probably going to take its place. I may give this to a buddy or something, or somebody who's looking for one. Now the next one I want to look at, this is the Razer Nari Ultimate. And the reason I got this, I kept seeing people talking about it online, and I just had to try it out. I had some Amazon credit built up, so these didn't really cost me much at all, but they run around 150. But these were on sale when I did use my credit for 130. But the thing about these that's so awesome is they rumble. They have rumble sensors in each of the cans, and when any bass hits or guns are going off or whatever, it's actually just kind of shaking your head, which I know you like that effect there. But that is pretty awesome. It's the reason why you would want this headset. You can see on my head, it's big. It's kind of ugly and gaudy looking. I feel like I'm Frankenstein when I've got them on. I will say it does dampen the outside air or noise, especially more than the 800LX. But when you got it on, the rumble feature, it is amazing. I absolutely love it. If you've never tried it, it's just awesome to try it. When you're playing Call of Duty and it's just things are blowing up all around you. Now, you really wouldn't want to wear this, though, if you're really competitive in the multiplayer, because all the rumbling and the bass actually covers up the footsteps. But you can cut it off. There's all sorts of knobs on the back of this dude, which again, it's going to be hard. I'm far away from my camera. But you can, as far as the rumble intensity, you can cut that up and down. So you can make it really intense, or you can do it really subtle, where it's just doing it just a little bit, or you can completely cut it off. And if you was wanting to play, very competitive, you'd probably want to cut it off. As far as the sound quality, it sounds really good. The ear cups are really big, and it like makes it's almost like a stadium type sound. You can hear it go all around your ear. The sound is really good with these headsets. The mic on this one, here's a con. The mic's it's not very good at all. It's actually a retractable, if you say that right, mic, and you pull it out. But if you can see, and I don't know if you can, I'll try. The mic's on that end, but it's just a little bitty hole there. It's not a whole lot of room for your voice to get in it. Now I know you don't need a whole lot, but playing games with my friends, they had a lot of trouble hearing me. I'd constantly have to ask, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And now when you finally get it positioned just right, it does do well. But it seems like it's a hassle. I had to mess with it a whole lot for them to hear me well. Now, another feature about this one, this doesn't come with a USB toggle. This one is linked up with the Xbox integrated Bluetooth, and that's a Bluetooth that doesn't work with other devices. It's something Xbox is doing. So when I cut it on, which I'll do right here, as soon as I cut it on, it links up. My Xbox is off, and it's fixing to it just turned on. You didn't hear the chime, but it came on. Now, it's kind of awesome when it works right, but the problem is it rarely works right. So many times I have to cut it off and cut it back on to get it to connect. Many times while I'm playing games, it'll lose connection. And I've also noticed once I use this some, it even messes up my controllers from connecting. Every now and then I'll try to use my controller and it won't even cut the Xbox on, or it won't do anything, and I have to completely cut the Xbox off with the power button. But when it's on, it has a button to know when your mic is muted. You hit a button in the back. I don't know if you can see it well. It lights up red. It's got a red LED around the mic. And when you got it on, you can see it okay, but usually, like I said, you got to get it just right. So it's hard to really see sometimes if your mic's muted or not. So I have had some trouble with that before. I'm gonna cut it off here real quick. So if you're really big into multiplayer and wanting people to hear you, you really got to do some moving that mic around to get it to work. It does work, but it's kind of a hassle. But I'm telling you, the real reasons you would want these is for the rumble feature. I absolutely love it. I have a love-hate relationship with these. I know I have trouble with it. It disconnects some, but when this thing is doing right and you're playing those games and it's rumbling, it just brings you into it immerses you in a new way. That word immerse is used a lot, but it really does. Again, when something's exploding and you actually feel it, you feel like it's right. Sometimes I would look, even though I know nothing was there, it was on the screen. But that's why you would want it. But out of the three headsets, this is the one I would probably recommend the least, just unless you had some credit, maybe like I had, or you just got plenty of money to blow just to try it out. Because if it's just single player games or stuff where I'm not really competitive, I like to use these a lot just for the rumble feature. Now here's another reason why I don't recommend it as more as the other two headsets. Now I got these off Amazon, but the first one I received, the rumble feature, whatever, in the right ear cup, it was messed up. So when I would have it on, I could hear it grinding. It'd be like when it would rumble. I don't know if you've ever had a Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller when it's like the rumble gets out of sync, or it maybe starts rubbing on the side and it makes that noise. So you couldn't even use them. It was just nonstop. You hear that grinding. But of course, I got a hold of Amazon. They let me return it. They sent me another one. Now when they sent the next one, as soon as I opened the box, I had a problem. These headsets come, you see that there's a yellow clasp right there. That's a connector, and it's holding all the headpiece here together. It's a cloth headpiece right here, and it'll actually go up and down as you put it on your head. It moves a little bit. Well, that holds that on there. There's also, I don't know if you can see it, there's a couple of wires. There's two hard wires that go down to kind of hold your headset together, and then there's the wires that go into the ear cans for your sound, your audio wires. Well, when it came, those clasps were broken and all this was loose. This would just go up and down. It wouldn't sit on your head right, and the wires were loose. It just wasn't going to do well. But I still went ahead and tried them out because I wanted to see if the rumble feature worked, and it did. So I called Amazon this time, said, hey, I'm going to have to return these. These are broke with a different thing, and I need you to do me another one. But I made sure, I said, it's going to be third time's a charm, though. These things cost too much for, you know, to be having this trouble. Even though I use credit, it's still a lot of money. I could use that credit on something else. Well, this is my third pair, and the sad thing is, as soon as I got it, this clasp on this side was broken. But I really wanted them, so I said, you know what? I'm just going to super glue them. I do not believe you should be super gluing a $150 headset. If it wasn't for me buying it with credit, I probably would have sent it back too. But what happens here? There's these two little rivets. Again, I doubt you can see any of this, but I'm holding it up there. There's these two little rivets that hold that plastic piece together, and they're actually tightening those too much, and it's stripping it from the other end. It's actually breaking it apart is what's happening. It shouldn't be plastic pieces. They need some metal pieces right there, and I can see these breaking again, and I saw online a lot of people's are breaking. So that might be another turn off from these, but again, you can get the super glue, or hopefully you get one that's not that way. But when they work, I'm telling you, they're absolutely awesome. The rumble feature, it may be a gimmick, but it's a gimmick I love. It don't always work perfect. Sometimes it'll be something little makes it rumble a lot, and a big explosion will barely do just a little bit. But when it works right, it's pretty sweet. So I don't recommend them for your everyday multiplayer, you know, competitive gaming. But if you just want a headset just for, you know, movies and just single player, this one's you can't go wrong with it if you can get over some of the problems. And then the last one I want to look at, this is the Arctis 7X, and this one is my overall pick, and it's winning all sorts of awards. Everybody's talking about it. You put it on, it looks good. It's slim, you know, it's pretty slick. It knocks a lot of the noise out as well when you've got it on. Kind of different from the 800LX, the rig. You still hear a lot of outside noise. Now they're about same size in comparison. It's a little bit sexier than the rig to me, though. The rig's got, you know, that silver. I'm not much. It's more military kind of looking. I like the way this one looks better. The sound quality, it is excellent once you get into I think it's the SteelSeries engine. It's like an app you can download on your computer. Once you get into it and kind of tweak it some, they got an equalizer in there, and I changed it because it barely had any bass to it at all. I thought, it may have been after hearing this rumble, but I knew my rig sounded better. But once I got in there, they got different settings on the equalizer, and I turned the bass up. It is an awesome sounding headset. It's the best sound quality out of the three. When you have it on, I can show you when it's muted. Well, let me get it on. It's just got a button on the back. You just hold the button down. It'll come on. And then it has the retractable mic. Now the mic here, the mic is excellent. I've never had any trouble with this, and the reason it's so good, if you can see the end of this mic, there's a little circle with multiple little pinholes in it, and your voice quality goes through that very well. You can see the red on it, the LED. That means it's muted, and you can see it fairly well. It's on top, and it's a little bit longer than the circle on this one. You can see this one better. It's more in your face than on the Razer. But the sound quality, again, it's excellent when you're speaking. They can hear you very well. Another thing about the 7X I like is it also comes kind of like the rig, the Plantronics rig. It comes with a USB toggle. You can use this with your Xbox, but it has a little switch on the back. Right here, you can change it to USB. You can use it with your PlayStation. You can also use it with a computer. And even if you've got an Android phone, this will work with the Android phone, so you can listen to anything on the phone. That's why I went with the 7X. There's an Arctis 9X that's also made for the Xbox, but it uses that integrated Bluetooth like this the SteelSeries Nari Ultimate here. I knew I was having disconnection troubles. I said, I don't want that. And I also wanted to be able to use it with other devices. The 7X is the one to go with. Now, it is Xbox branded, but it's got the same guts in it as the other ones. There's also an Arctis 7P. That's the PlayStation version, and it's in all white. It's pretty cool looking, but it will only work with the PlayStation. This is the only one, I believe, that I know of that works with all the systems. Now, some people don't really like the green Xbox branding, but you can get on the SteelSeries website. All that is a piece of cloth. It's just a cloth band that goes around, so your head ain't touching this metal piece. And it does have some soft stuff on the underside, but that's just a band, and that goes up and down as you put it on, how big your head is. You can fix that band on your head. But they got all sorts of different ones on their website. You can get all black, different colors. So if you don't like the green, you can change it. But to me, the 7X is the way to go. The only con that I have about the 7X is the ear cups. To me, flip it this way, they're just a little small to me. Now, these were kind of small too, but I think they're just a little longer, the rigs, lengthwise. Because when I have it on my ears, I'm actually feeling that, and some people like it, but my ears are going up and under it and at the bottom. And maybe I just got big ears. Again, I don't know. But after playing for a little bit, they get hot. They get hot on my head, and I don't really like that. Now, it's not hot enough to make me want to quit using them, but I do start to sweat a little bit and get hot in them. Now, here's something I missed on the Nari Ultimate. Something else I love. It has cool gel around these. You never get hot. It feels cool almost the entire time. I wish the 7X had this cool gel going around the outside. It's more of a cloth, and again, it gets hot. If it had this cool gel going around it, it would be perfect in my eyes. Or if you can integrate the rumble, that would be even better. But to me, it is the best looking headset, and they're all in about the same price range. So if I was going to, if I was if I was looking for a new headset right now, the 7X would be the one to get. But out of any three of these, the Plantronic Rig 800, the Nari Razer Ultimate, and the 7X SteelSeries, the Arctis 7X, you can't go wrong. The SteelSeries, again, when it works, it's amazing. It would be the one that I would probably recommend the least, just unless you got some money you want to blow just for the rumble feature. Again, I have a love-hate relationship with this one, but this is the one, to be honest. It's the most fun. It's the most fun one. The rumble feature is just great. I would really miss it if I didn't have it. And I don't use it all the time. I don't always use it in multiplayer, but I just love that rumble feature. But again, there's so many problems with it, you might would want to wait on that. But again, out of the three, they're pretty good. I highly recommend, though, the Arctis 7X. As always, I appreciate you watching. If this helped you or you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate if you'd leave me a like. You're welcome to comment. I always try to get back to you. And subscribe and hit that bell if you haven't, so you can get more of this comment. Subscribe and hit that bell if you haven't, so you can get more of this content. Subscribe and hit that bell if you haven't, so you can get more of this content. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys all have a blessed day.